Good morning and welcome to another Money Mike Minute. So today our topic is going to be VA home loans. So this is a great benefit that service members have for wearing the uniform. So this can something you can use while you're in the military or after you've gotten out of the military. It's a benefit that you'll have for the rest of your life. Now here we're primarily talking about active duty. For Guard and Reserve, there is a service commitment that you have to fulfill before you're eligible for it. Essentially, you're going to have to be on active duty orders for about 90 days continuous before you're able to actually use this within the first couple of years of your enlistment. As time goes on, you will end up hitting these numbers of days that's required, but it's not immediate benefit like it is for active duty service members. So just keep that in mind as we're talking through the slides. So VA home loan is again a great benefit that you have. I'm going to just talk about the pros and the cons real quick, and they're kind of the same. The great thing about the VA home loan is you don't have to put money down, but the downside is since you're not putting money down, you could end up paying more for the home in the long run. So Dave Ramsey's one of the financial guys that I track, and he's not a big fan of it because it can be negative for us if we are not aggressive on paying that home loan off. Anyway, great benefit we have for wearing the uniform. You can use it multiple times. So if you're active duty, a great way of utilizing that might be a home at your next duty station. You buy a home there, you're there for 2, 3, 4 years. You go to another duty station. At that point, you can buy another home with the VA home loan at the next duty location. And then you can sell the other home, or you could potentially rent it out. So that's a change over the last couple of years that the VA made. Used to, you could only use one loan at a time. So that has changed. Now there's an overall cap, which is over 700,000 for us that utilize it. First, let's cover some basics. And the first one I want to mention to you is the actual process. So you're going to actually go to ebenefits.gov to actually get what's called a certificate of eligibility. So the certificate of eligibility is nothing more than saying that, hey, I'm in the military and I'm eligible for this VA home loan. So not a big deal. It's a relatively easy process. You go to ebenefits.gov. That website is slowly moving to va.gov, so don't be surprised if you go out there. But you're looking for what's called the COE, or the Certificate of Eligibility, and you'll find that under the Housing tab. Another great thing about the VA home loan is there's no PMI, which is private mortgage insurance, so that's not a requirement. So that potentially could save you in the long run when it comes to buying that home as well. Another thing that to keep in mind is, well, right now is a great time to, the housing market's kind of hot right now in some areas. So one of the key things when you're looking at a home at a duty location, make sure it's something that would be very marketable. In other words, if I live here, can I sell it relatively easy if I had to? Here at Shepherd, a prime example would be if you're looking at buying, Missile Road would be a great location to be buying a home because there's constantly people coming and going in this immediate area around the base, and it'd be an easy sell if you had to sell it later on. If you choose to have that as rental property, you got a constant flow of people right there close to the base. So always keep that in mind. So I live about 30 miles south of the base. So where I live out, that would be a much harder sell. So keep that in mind. You might be a person that likes to be secluded out in the country. That's going to be a much harder sell. So just something to keep in mind as you're going through this process. Another great thing with the VA home loan is getting that pre-approval. So you should have a pretty good idea of what am I going to be able to afford with that getting pre-approved. And that really goes whether you're using a VA home loan or any loan. Get pre-approved. That way you're in control of that finance. You know exactly what you can afford. And certainly coming in and sitting down with one of the counselors here would be the very first step. You want to get that budget in place. Need to look at your debt to income ratio. Make sure that that is on par with where you need to be, as well as getting any debt that you have paid off or get it paid down significantly, because all that's going to impact you whenever you look at getting that home loan. Last thing I want to touch on is don't become house poor. What that means is you buy a much nicer house than what you can actually afford. So that's a trap we may fall into because we had the availability potentially of affording something more because I have a steady income. Don't fall into the trap. Don't go out and buy your dream home at your first duty station. You go find something that you can easily afford, and also that you can afford in the event that you move and you still have that payment. So don't overextend on that first home. As time goes on, you might sell that property and upgrade, and that's certainly fine, but don't get in over your head right off the bat. And another really important thing is make sure you know the location. Don't be shopping online and never been and actually looked at the area before you decide to buy. You want to be there in person, looking around, see what the traffic flow is, see what's going on in that local area. So those are just a few tips about VA home loans and home buying in general. Come and sit down with us. Come and make an appointment. Let's go through the entire process. We have handouts that we could assist you with that's going to give you some questions and answers that you should be asking and expecting when you're looking at buying a home. And go with a realtor that has about 35 sales each year on average. So you want a good, solid relationship with that person, because they're the ones that are kind of your eyes and ears. So as always, it's Friday. We have on our red, like we do every Friday, we want to remember those service members and those that are deployed. And also this week specifically with 9/11 on Wednesday, just something this time of year that's for us to think about the sacrifices that have happened since 9/11. So that's why I wear red. I remember those that are deployed, the ones that are on the front line, and I'm very thankful for that. Hope you have a great week, and we will see you next week. Until then, enjoy your time, and come and see us if you have questions. Our information is below to reach out and make contact with us. Thank you.